Okay, word problems for trig. The angle subtended by the top of a tower with the ground is 30 degrees. Okay, so we're gonna have a tower. And let's put you over here. So here's the ground. You're looking up to the top, 30 degrees. You walk 30 meters further from the tower. So from here to here is 10 meters. Then, now that you're over there, you look up to the top of the tower and now it's 26 degrees. How high is the tower? Okay, so this strategy, we can make an assumption there's a right angle there. Hopefully your tower is built straight up and down, not falling over. Let's find some angles. This, and this all make 180. So that leaves us with 60. This and this angle would make 180 on a straight line. So that would leave us with 150 there. So that those two add up to 180. Then if I cover this triangle, right? This triangle needs to add up to 180, 150, 176. So I need 4 more degrees. Okay, now we need this. All I have in this right triangle is 2 angles, so I can't use Pythagorean theorem. I actually can't use SOHCAHTOA because I would need a side. So using this right triangle is out. So let's look at this other triangle. Consider that. So in this one, I can see an opposite pair. Do you see 10 and angle 4 are across from each other? So I'm going to use sine law. Now I'm thinking if I use in this triangle, if I find this side, right, using the 26, that means that I can then cover this up and then I can use that length right here to help me in my right triangle. Okay, so we're going to go, I'm going to call it y over sine 26. Okay, do you see it? Opposite, opposite. Okay, 10 times sine 26 divided by sine 4 is 62.84. So that's here. Okay, now I'm going to go right triangle stuff. So I'm thinking SOHCAHTOA. You could also use sine law as this ratio and this ratio. But I like my SOHCAHTOA stuff, and I'm going to pick So sine 30 is the opposite to the hypotenuse ratio. Okay, so that means in a cross multiply, I would multiply those two together. So sine 30 times 62.84, 31.42 meters is the height of the tower. Okay, number 2. A hiker is going up a 12-degree slope. I'm going to draw that. You're hiking up a 12-degree slope. If he hikes at a constant rate of 3 miles an hour, how much altitude does he gain after 5 hours? So we're going up the hill, now we're up here. The altitude definition would be perpendicular to the ground, straight up in the air. How high are you? Okay, but here's a problem. 3 miles per hour for 5 hours. I need a distance. So if you're going 3 miles every hour and you do that for 5 hours, you're actually going to end up being 15 miles up the hill. Okay, since we've developed a right triangle, we can do SOHCAHTOA method, and this is opposite over hypotenuse. So I'm picking sine again, the opposite over the hypotenuse. Same as last time, those would be times by each other. So sine 12 times 15 equals 3.12. And I should throw some units on there, miles. Okay, the last question here. You are walking down the sidewalk going east. So I'm going to draw that. So you're here. You're walking going east. You see, you look 30 degrees to your left and you see a dog. So here's your dog. And he's 30 degrees and he's 2 meters away. Then his chain is 1.5 meters. So remember, a dog chain would be able to, if it's a 1.5, you see how if this is 2, that's like 1, that's 1.5. See how the dog would be able to reach inside that circle with a radius of 1.5? So this looks like an ambiguous case. Now, here's your danger zone, right? This line, that's where the dog would be able to get you on the sidewalk. Okay, so I'm going to use sine law because I have opposite pair. So 1.5 is across from 30 degrees, 2 is across from what angle? Okay, we got 2 times sine 30 divided by 1.5, and then we're inversing. 41.8 degrees. And then remember that there was 2 options. There's an acute one and an obtuse one. So 41.8 is either this one or this one. This one's the acute one. Okay, I actually don't need to deal with this triangle because I want to just know this. So here's what I'm going to do. If I know that's 1.5 each, that's isosceles, then I know that the angles are the same on the bottom. If I know the angles are the same on the bottom, I have 2 of those, I can get my third angle. So 180 take away 2 41.8 leaves me with 96.4 degrees up there. Now, covering that up, I can go sine law with those. So 1.5 over sine 41.8 equals, let's call it D for danger zone, over sine 96.4, multiply, divide. So we're going to go 1.5 times 96.4 divided by sine 41.8 equals, nope, that does not look right. 1.5 times sine 96.4 divided by sine 41.8. 2.24 meters. Okay, that's it for word problems today.